ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Dear friends, let us start our study now. We were studying in great detail, in a repetitive manner, the first 7 shlokas of the 5th chapter, and the 5th chapter is nomenclatured as the chapter on sannyas. What is sannyas? Among the Hindu community, there are 2 very, very common concepts. One is to be a householder. A grihastha means a man who loves his home and hearth, a householder, married, performing his duties of life, and at the same time, within that limitation, tries to make himself or herself a better specimen of human being based on spiritual values. To be very practical, they're part-timers. They meet the demands and necessities of their life, and they also try to improve the quality of their personality based on spiritual values. We call them householders. And the other is, the concept is monkhood, to be a monk. The word monk is an English translation of the word sannyasi. He who has taken certain vows and live up to those vows, where celibacy and non-involvement in worldly affairs. What is that involvement? Attachment and aversion. He swears, vows to God and to the community that I will not be attached to the reactions and the stimulations of this world, which my 5 sense organs draws me to. I refuse to be so. Neither I'll be averse. Then, do you mean to say a human being, living, throbbing, vibrating, with full of faculties, a best specimen of a biological product, he makes himself, by this attitude of not being attached, not desiring anything, not rejecting anything. Do you mean to say monkhood is to transform an animate object into an inanimate, non-reactive body? No. This is where we go wrong. Sannyasa is a Sanskrit word, and I'll break it up for you with commonsensical English word, and you'll understand what it means. Samyak Nyasa. Samyak means totality, without any residue left behind. Chances of recurrence, reappearance doesn't arise. Totally uprooted. Samyak. I hope I am clear now what that word samyak means. Totally uprooted from the very concept. Nyasa means rejection. Well, I'm supposed to reject. What do I reject? I stop eating, I stop talking, I stop interacting. Go deeper. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. Dive down within yourself and analyze how are you being involved with this world in which we live in. And if you analyze correctly, you see by 5 sense organs are acquiring experience from the world, and spontaneously, even without my knowing, it reacts. How do I? I get attached to it. I see a beautiful consumer article, object, and I look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, not only it's beautiful, it is useful. Oh, not only it is useful, it is necessary to have. And I acquire ownership of it by paying cash price for it. That's what's happening. Or, it's horrible. I don't want to look at it. Attachment, attraction, dislike, hatred, aversion. Attachment and aversion are the two principal automatic, spontaneous reaction that we humans go through habitually. We don't have to will it. It happens and I react. To stop this, to reject this, is samyak dhyasa, total austerity, abstinence. I hope I am clear. If not, please think over. And that is why, though my gathering is thinner here, but I put it on the YouTube because at a leisure time, you can repeat hearing to these ideas. And these ideas will soak into you. Now, coming back, I see spontaneously, I like something, I dislike something. Why? Let us go a step deeper. Because I am a biological creature, I am subject to three cardinal desires in life. That is, I had been living earlier in my past lives. I have carried on my impressions, my samskaras in this life, and I have been supported to do so in this way of lifestyle. These three cardinal desires. First and the basic is the biological craving to leave a progeny behind so that I am not forgotten. I have a lineage left behind. Very deep-seated biological urge and necessity known as Putra Ishara. Ishara is intense desire of which I am not aware of, but it is in me. Desire not to be forgotten by this world when I am dead and gone. So, let me leave a progeny behind. Putra Ishara. Or the carnal desire of a biological creature to procreate. What is the second desire? I don't want to be poor. I would like to be wealthy with all the power and pelf in my hand. So, I work hard to make myself wealthy. And what is the third? The subtlest of all the three. I would maintain a very high standard of reputation. People will look at me and admire me, and that admiration, adoration should reach the level of worshipping me. I am that good. These are the three cardinal desires which guide my liking and disliking while I am in this world. Please understand it very clearly and hold it to your heart. To get rid of these three cardinal desires and stop reacting to these. Exposure to the world by your five sense organs, which influences your physical organs to function. This is the in-depth analysis of a human behavior. Now, dears, this is the definition. You ask me, well, I am not in a position to be a monk. Am I lost forever? The scriptures are like the mother, Matri Shama Upanishad. The Upanishads, our scriptures, are like mothers to us. However fallen the child may be, mother never disowns her child. She always tries to protect, and help. The Upanishads come in and say, please don't feel bad. I am there to help you. How does he help you? How does the scriptures, Upanishads, the Holy Bible, or the Holy Gita, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, and all the principal books of each and every religion. We call it the scriptures, and Vedanta is limitless. Innumerable number of people have innumerable ways to reach that goal. That is Vedanta. Concept of a universal religion. Not conversion, but performing the faith and belief to which you belong to the best possible ability. So, what does the Upanishad say? What the scriptures say? Oh, please kindly remember your Maker who is your Father in heaven. And live a life in such a manner that you endear yourself to your Father, following His dictates, the Father in heaven, my Maker, my Master. And I'm proud to say I am His child. Each and every religion. So, a person who cannot think or who does not think, he cannot be a monk. He should give himself a chance. This is the procedure. Be a man, face the challenge, and make a saint of yourself made in the image of God. That is what sainthood is. So how can I do so? This chapter started by saying so. A householder should be a karma yogi. And a sannyasi would only be a sannyasi when he has perfected karma yoga. What is karma yoga, dear? Karma yoga is, I've told you 1,000 times, I wouldn't mind repeating if you want to, but let me be very short. I have further to go. Karma yoga means you develop such a discipline in yourself that being a pursuer of correctness, a pursuer of thoroughness, a pursuer of perfection, and a pursuer of excellence in whatever you have to do in this world, in your life, ethically and morally approved. And having done so, you offer it to God. Sir, I have no time for these so-called orthodox, conservative, ritualistic manner of worshipping you. I'm a householder, I have no time. So what I do, I convert the concept of work into a concept of worship. That is, whatever I do, I offer to you. How can I be correct, be thorough, be perfect, be excellent? That person is called a karma yogi. He is performing his duties of his life Yoga means to be in communion with. I am in communion with, I am communicating with you through my words. I am connected to you. Yoga is to be connected with the awareness of presence of God every moment of my life. This is, excuse me, giving a worldly example. This is the primary classes. A child after early child learning goes to the primary class, where the alphabets and the numericals are taught. Absolutely groundwork. That child, slowly and slowly, absorbing all the education that is being given to him or her, grows, and he ends up becoming a world-famous scientist. And maybe he is an inventor of something which changes the world. That is what tertiary education is. Don't think spiritual education is any different. Karma Yoga is the first step to practice the awareness of presence of the divine. No holds barred, according to your concept of divinity. We are not bothered about the denomination and nomenclature of religions. We are humans, we are children of the divine, made in his image. Amritasya Putra, that is what our Upanishads. We are the children of the divine bliss, and we are absolutely in misery. What a fall. What a fall. Paradise Lost of Milton. The famous poet Milton wrote two epics, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained. So we have lost our paradise. To reach to that goal, you first be a karma yogi. Now, psychologically, what is happening? Let me be very, very simple. How does a habit form, dear? How does a habit form? Willful performance of similar activity over and over and over again in an endless repetitive manner creates a force because of its repetitiveness. And we call it, we have created a force of habit. And that force of habit, I hope you'll all agree, makes us slave of that habit. We are not aware what we are saying, what we are doing. The force of habit makes me say so, makes me do so. So, don't belittle this capacity which is inherent in you to create a force of habit. Willful, repetitive, unshakable, determined effort is the cause of habit formation. So, we start forming this habit of being aware of presence of God every moment of my life. You may say, Swamiji is teaching the Gita. But you ask Swami, what is he doing actually within himself? He is trying to be correct. He is trying to be thorough, perfect, excellent in serving the divine contained in so many forms. That is what Swami is doing. You may say Swami is lecturing. I don't mind. From the worldly point of view, Swami is lecturing to gain appreciation, admiration, adoration. That's the worldly way. But I, a prolonged period of 77 years, I have now mastered the art of being with God all the time. As because I've developed this habit, there's no space left in me. In my personality, it is full up to the neck with awareness of presence of God. So desire, attraction, aversion, desire for wealth, power, pelf, desire for biological instincts has no place in me. My pot is full. And at that time, I am ready for Sandhya. Just like your tertiary education from primary school or early childhood school to a research scholar and a scientist, in spiritual life also, you start as a karma yogi. It is easy to say, it is difficult to perform. Swamiji used to say, whenever I say Swamiji, please remember him. He used to say, my lad, my chappie, to his disciples, don't think it is easy. And if you call it easy, it is as easy as turn the mode of the river Ganga towards the ocean, turn it back to Himalayas. That easy. So don't think life is easy. Is making money easy? Is gaining reputation easy? You only pinpoint monk whose is difficult. It's your misunderstanding. And in the householder's life, you can graduate yourself to spiritual progress, but without being a monk in totality, you will not be able to one with your Maker in heaven. Your ego has to merge with the divine. Thy will be done, my Father in heaven. Help me to be one with you and enjoy the eternal joy of paradise, of heaven. Atyantika dukkha nivritti parama sukha prapti. That is how moksha and mukti, oneness with God, has been described. Total abnegation, the very concept of misery and agony. What is agony? I don't understand. It's no more in my concept. I'm so full with divine ecstatic joy. So now, with again this prolonged introduction, let me come back to the text. What does the text say? Arjuna asked, you are speaking of sannyas, you are speaking of karma, tell me what is the better of the two. Sri Krishna understood the confusion behind the question. Why is the confusion? Karma yoga is a stepping stone to Jnana yoga. So he says, look, performing, saying I am a sannyas, performing the rituals, taking the vows, without preparing your personality, you are nothing but being a hypocrite. Excuse my language, but I don't have any better word. You are deceiving yourself, and not only are deceiving yourself, you are trying to deceive others by your hypocrisy. Therefore, he says, Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Of the two Arjuna, sannyasa without total awareness of presence of God, I would say Karma Yoga is a better gamble. You will not fail or fall or be hypocrite. Now he concludes in the shloka 6 and 7. He concludes. Shloka 6, I've read it before. Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ajogata. A man who has not established himself or herself, a person, there's no distinction of gender. A person who has not established himself with the awareness of presence of God as a pillar of his life, he cannot be a sannyasi because his mind will be going here and there. Victim of reactions to the stimulation that the five sense organs brings it to him. Ajogata sannyasa dukkham aptu. That is, sannyasa which is not preconditioned or pre-practiced by karma yoga is a sure place of misery, hypocrisy, self-deception. On the other hand, yoga yukta muni, manana shila muni. The word muni is not with a long hair and a long beard. That is what we call, oh, he is a yogi, he is a muni. He has a long hair and a long. The meaning of the word muni is manana shila. One, he is constantly introspective. Introspective of what? The divine is in me. What, like a stupid ass I call I am, is nothing else but the presence of the divine in me. And I, stupid ass, have separated myself as the Lord of the universe of this world. That's what I am. Such a big stupid ass I am, an idiot of the first water. He says, a person who is yoga yukta and introspective, he without much of a delay achieves his goal. This is the 6th shloka. Now the 7th shloka. I may take another day with it, but let me get into it in detail today. I spoke to you about habit formation. And you could understand from my explanation, it's a gradual process of saturating your personality. Up till now, Sri Krishna has not said anything about how to practice it, how to go about it. It's all theoretical. 7th shloka is the practical instruction given to us. How do we slowly and slowly, through the process of evolution, how do we grow to totally saturate ourselves and be one with our Maker? The Jivatma identifies its original nature and becomes the Paramatma, the Supreme Being. The concept is, we are, as far as humans are concerned, we are in quadrillions, 100 times trillions. And the whole of the universe and its diversity is infinite, beyond measure, beyond counting. And I say, I am, and I say, the universe is. When it is subjective, that isness reflects with me, that existence reflects in me as I am. Experienceable, but not to be described on a platter. Experienceable, but indescribable. I am. I'll ask you, who are you? Come on, describe. Now, don't be mad, Swami. I am. I know I am. That's enough. Don't ask me to describe who am I. I am 100% confident, if not 150% confident, I am, I exist. So my existence is not partitioned by time or by space. Wherever I go, I am. And wherever I go in the world is. One existence is contained in infinite number of containers. That is the spirit of understanding. That one principal element, call it soul, call it spirit, call it Allah, call it Khuda. We are not bothered about the nomenclature. We are bothered about the essential feeling, sasambedya chaitanya. Self-swa, sambedya is evident, chaitanya is awareness. Self-evident awareness, I am, and self-evident awareness, the world is. The whole world is nothing but a container contained in 4 concepts. The container has 4 concepts. What is that? Name, form, qualities, and utilitarian value. That's what it is. This human ego breaks all its boundaries by the force of habit of always being yoga yukta, that is, in communion with the awareness of presence of the divine. That is the first word of the 7th shloka. Yoga yukta vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriya sarvabhuta bhutatma kurbannapi lalipyate. That last quarter of the shloka, the second half of the second line, we'll leave it apart now. Let us see how, through the process of evolution, through the process of generating habit, we evolve, we grow. Yoga Yukta. What does it mean? A person who is inclined, that inclination, the desire to reach that goal is paramount. I want nothing else but that. That desire leads you to that goal. That desire tells you, I must create this habit of being one with God. Yoga Yukta. What happens there, my dear? You become Vishuddha Atma. You are purifying yourself. What is this purification? Slowly and slowly, with your repeated effort of being aware of the presence of the divine, you are divinizing yourself. Drop and drop of sugar crystal is being poured into a glass of tasteless water. The awareness of presence of God is the divine sugar, and you, your personality, is the water. And it slowly and slowly becomes sweet. So slowly and slowly, the Yoga Atma, Yoga Yukta Purusha, Yoga Yukta person becomes purer and purer and purer in heart. What is that concept of purity? His mind is now towards the divine, not towards the world. Vishuddha, perfectly pure, without any adulteration. Your personality is being sweetened by the divine drops of sugar. And you are divinizing your personality. Yoga Yukta Vishuddha Atma. And when your personality becomes pure and pure, your self-discipline gets hold of you, and you do not crave to fulfill the desires of your body. Vijitatma, here the word Atma means the body. So, Yoga Yukta graduates into Vishuddhatma. Vishuddhatma graduates into Vijitatma. And the next graduation is Jitendriya. This is a wonderful concept here. I can't prevent my temptation to share it with you. After all, I'm a human. What is this Jitendriya business is? Literal meaning is, he has won over his sense organs. That's the literal meaning. Don't be satisfied with the literal meaning. What does it mean to your personality? What does it mean to you? It means, Jitendriya means, I am looking at you, Mom, I'm looking at you. Everybody will see Swamiji is paying attention to this motherly woman. That's what people will say. and they may interpret whichever way they like. But the Swami knows he has cultivated this habit for 77 years to see this divine Holy Mother. This is Gita Indriya. The sense organs is bringing that image to me. That image to me before I was Yoga Yukta, before I was Vishuddhatma, before I was Vijitatma, before all that, I used to see various containers with various names, various forms, various qualities, various utilitarian values. Now, though my eyes are seeing that name, that form, that quality, that utilitarian value, all that is subdued now. I see my Divine Mother, the Mother of the universe, the essence of the universe, in a form, without a form. As because we live in a formful world, let us be happy with a form. Whether it's the Mother, whether it's Jesus, whether whoever it may be. He symbolizes the absolute. Finally, what happens? Yoga Yukta is a starting point. The next higher class is Vishuddhatma. Then the higher class is Vijitatma. Then the higher class is Jitendriya. And what is the next? The climax. He has broken the boundaries of these four concepts. And he has learned to identify himself. Cosmos. Sarva, non-exclusive, all-inclusive. Not a single fragment, an atom is out. Sarva Bhuta, all that is manifest and subtle. The isness is there. And I have outgrown the amness within this body. I have identified that amness with that cosmic isness. This is the methodology. This is the class-wise lesson. You answer, you are talking tall about sannyas and etc., etc. You never tell me what is sannyas. I'd like to know how to reach that. And this is what it is. There's another aspect which I'll highlight next time. That is, Pahari Baba, when Swamiji, after death of Sri Ramakrishna, he honestly had a feeling that Sri Ramakrishna is depriving of him of his hard-earned liberation and mukti, the joy of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, because Sri Ramakrishna said, it will be locked up in my iron safe. You will get it after you finish the Divine Mother's work in this world. And Swamiji says that is too much of a good thing. So after his passing away, Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Swamiji went to Gazipur, a place on the bank of the Ganges, across the place very near Benares. And Pahari Baba was supposed to be a very highly illuminated. To cut a long story short, because we have our managing committee meeting after this. So Pahari Baba told him, don't worry, Jan Sadhana Tan Siddhi. It's a common Hindi usage for millenniums together in the society of Swamis. Whatever is your effort today is your realization tomorrow. What is imagination today? Oh, that is mukti. That's an imagination today. By effort, formation of habit, that imagination becomes a realization tomorrow. I have never been to Cairns. I've heard so much about the coral reefs. I keep on imagining. It is an imagination. All I need to do is go to Cairns and make effort to see those. Then only I'll say, I know what is this. This is what it is. So dear, this shloka is a very, very, very important shloka. But the students who aspire to be a spiritual practitioner, whether you are in the household or whether you are a vow-taken monk, immaterial, to reach that goal is, and that goal is available to all. That is why he says, both of them lead to liberation. Nisreyasha kara uvau. In the second shloka. Both of them, if properly, thoroughly practiced, reaches the goal. Remember that simple geometrical example of Swamiji. The circumference, from infinite points of the circumference, if you draw perpendicular, you will reach the goal. Drawing the perpendicular is samyak sadhana. Total effort. Thank you, dears.